I got a few screws loose since the days of my youth. There's a few screws loose. Sometimes at work, when we're real busy, we don't get an opportunity to actually leave the building for lunch, right? So we order food with either Uber Eats or Waiter or whatever, stuff like that, okay? Now, I stopped using the services for numerous reasons, but most recently, every time they so when you order something, they show you who your driver is, right? They give you the name and then there's like a little graphic of what the person looks like, okay? So I've ordered food from numerous places and some young lady's supposed to be delivering my food. So we chilling in the office, business as usual, and then some nigga walks in with basketball shorts on and flip flops and looking like and a wife beater, looking like he just rolled out of bed. So
Man, I hate
I'm
them. I
like,
hate how these extra comfortable ass niggas be looking in public now. It's like, come on, man.
yeah, but the thing is, nigga, what is you doing with my food? You're not supposed to have my food. You don't. Your name ain't motherfucking Lakeisha, and you don't look nothing like the picture that Uber sends out. So, nigga, what is you doing? So, come to find out, it's a lot of these insecure bitch ass niggas that they niggas don't have jobs, right? Now, this is coming from somebody I know that knows at least two people like this. Niggas don't have jobs, but they're so controlling of their women that the only type of jobs that their women can actually hold are jobs where they aren't directly supervised or in some sort of an office or something like that. So you're looking at the Ubers, the Uber Eats, the delivery stuff. These niggas ride around with their girls all fucking day long, sitting in the passenger seat, and then act like they trying to help out when it comes time to deliver the food. Like, let me run this in right quick. Nigga, I don't want my food from you. I ain't order my food from you, you bitch ass nigga. So why do you have my motherfucking food in your hands? Send that shit back and I'm gonna report your ass. Nah, man, I'm just trying to help my girl out. Nah, nigga, fuck you. You if you want to help your girl out, get a job and pay some motherfucking bills instead of riding with her. Motherfucking man, that shit pisses me off, man. Like, for real, yo.
Man,
I hate niggas like that.
Niggas is bitches these days. Niggas is bitches these days. It's like, nigga, who is you? Yeah, it's a lot of dudes like that around, man. These controlling ass dudes. You know why? Because if they feel like that woman depends on them for everything, then they can tell that woman what to do. Like, oh, I did this, so I pay for that, or I pay the bills, or I buy you food. And then it's like a power tool. And then they get these women that sit here and fall for that bullshit. It's like, kick that nigga off the couch. That nigga been playing Madden and Call of Duty for 14 hours today. Don't make that man no sandwich. Tell him to get his sorry ass up and make a sandwich.
Yeah, man. So, like, that type of shit pisses me off, man. Now, I know for a fact, right? You've seen this before, where at the gym, you working out and there's some nigga standing around in jeans and a polo shirt or a t-shirt, not gym attire, and he's just like walking around the fucking gym the whole time. And you're looking at him like, what are you doing? Do you
Like,
work here? Why are you here?
Are you the
Right.
towel boy? What are you?
Like, that shit, man. And these niggas be babysitting their girlfriends at the gym. That other than the insecurity that speaks of, yo, that shit is so unacceptable. And I'm really questioning, why do these women allow this shit to happen? One more story too. We have about 80 plus offices, all right? So I'm the technology dude. I'm the IT dude. When some shit goes wrong at your office and it's something that can't be fixed remotely, I'm the one that shows up to fix it. So I go across the river, the West Bank, for those of you from New Orleans, in Harvey, Louisiana.
Harvey Cop.
I walk Harvey Cop. I walk in and there's this dude like mean mugging me. And he's sitting at one of the desks that the employees sit at. So I look at him and I'm like, he's like, "Can I help you? Can I help you?
I help you, motherfucker."
What are you here for?" I'm like, "Man, move out my way." So I literally said that, move out my way. So I had to do something under the desk and hook up the computer. So he was like, man, I don't like the way you just I forget what he said, but it's something to the effect of, I don't like the way you just disrespected me and told me to move out your way. So I got up, I said, do you work here? Yeah, I work here. No, you don't. I'm one of the managers here. Oh,
Yeah, nigga.
well, I don't like the way I still don't like the way you gonna tell me to move out your way or some shit like that.
You should have said
So his
this. You
girl
know what? You should have said, you know what? Okay, move out my way. You fired, motherfucker.
fire that nigga. So his girl walks over and is like, no, he's he's one of the computer guys from our main office and this, that. Man, I don't care, man. When he come up and he should have introduced himself. And I'm listening to all this like, you bitch ass nigga, you don't work here. Fuck you mean I need to enter? So I'm again on the job, so I'm playing it cool. So he's still like rambling and going off, and now he cussing his girlfriend out. Like, see, that's why I got to come up here and sit here with you all day. So turns out he sits with her on
He
her
don't even work
job
there.
for 8 hours a day. Now he don't work
Wow.
here, and none of her coworkers will report this shit because they were afraid of the dude, right? So he see, that's why I need to be here. For when niggas like this come up in here, this, that, and the other. So
Hey,
I'm
nigga,
just
you
listening,
approached me,
and
nigga. Like you said something to me first. Who the fuck are
yeah.
you?
So anyway, it turns out I had enough of. I can only take so much, man. So I look at him and I was like, first of all, nigga, don't nobody want your bitch, man. And it's funny because all that rowdy behavior just stopped. Like, wait,
Right then
what?
and there. He wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, so it's like, nigga, you want to see disrespect? Nigga, don't nobody want your bitch, man. And shit, your bitch probably don't want your motherfucking ass. But, I say all that. That's the last thing I said to him is, nigga, don't nobody want your bitch. So he just like shut the fuck up and sat down. I left. Yo, that type of shit just really, really, really gets under my skin, man. And, going back to the Uber drivers or the Uber Eats people, like, y'all ladies got to stop that shit, man. Y'all got to stop letting these niggas, they do it under the guise of, oh, I'm trying to help you. Oh, I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to keep you safe. No, he's trying to control you.
Exactly.
And if he wants to help you, tell him to get into his car and deliver food. Shit, be riding with you delivering food.
Tell him to go sit somewhere for 8 hours that he actually get paid to be there.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, I'm helping you. Like, man, Uber drivers don't make hardly, no money as it is. So it's like, nigga, if you want to help, drive, motherfucker, not with me. So, yeah, that's my rant for the day, man. Ladies
Niggas
out
is
here.
bitches, man.
Yeah. And I know there's whatchamacallit, there's ladies that do that too. Ladies that come sit up on their men's job.
It's a lot of them now. It's a whole lot of them.
Yo, when you was at the fire station, man, you got any experiences with that?
Not me personally at the station. My experience we talked about on episode 25 when someone showed up at my house when I said I was at the station. But I've seen coworkers of mine, man. There was one guy just got a brand new car, and I don't know if he was behind on his child support or he cheated on his wife or his girlfriend or what. But man, it was a sight to be seen. I wish we had cell phone cameras back then. She done bust his windows out, keyed his car all up. And we had the big shift. It was like 14, 15 people on our shift. We all was just standing outside like, huh. Let's see where this goes. We didn't call the police or nothing. And he came back from a call and he was mad. He was like, oh, what are you doing? He was like, hey man, she fucking your car up, yo. And it was funny. And I just, it's just, that was a dude that one time I ended up saying to him when he was asking me why I don't chase pussy, essentially. I said, because I ain't trying to be like your sorry ass and have to owe 7 women child support and be broke and have to work till I'm 70. He ain't like that. So I feel like,
I'm sure.
Don't tell me what I need to do in my life, and I won't comment about your fuck ups.
Yeah, man.
My car don't got no key marks.
Y'all let her fuck that nigga car up, man.
What are we gonna do? I feel like what we gonna do? I'm not fucking with her.
Yo, and that's another thing too, right? Let me ask you this too. I know we're kind of dragging this out, but let me ask you this. on the street, right? Say you're out walking, and just to make the scenario a little more interesting, you have young children. Let's say you're out with one of your young children, above the age of 5 but below 18, and you see a man beating the shit out of a woman. Say it's a neighbor or something, and he's like beating her ass in the front yard, dragging her by her hair. What do you do?
Well, I seen that happen before when I lived in Forest Creek.
Me too.
And he was beating the shit out of her. He was punching her in the face and everything. And let me tell you something. I'm not from Charlotte. I'm from the Washington, D.C. area. I lived in Forest Creek Apartments in District Heights, Maryland. If any of y'all from the area, you know what Forest Creek used to be like. I don't know what it's called now, but it was Forest Creek. Let me tell you something. I don't support men abusing their women or whatsoever. And I was young and I didn't believe in calling police and stuff. So I just pretended like I didn't see it. But at the same time, it's like when you got a family, you kind of gotta these days, you gotta be careful, man. Like if you may interject yourself in a situation and get your ass shot in front of your kid. And then what? Who you helping then? So I mean,
Man.
it's
Yeah.
almost like you got to conduct a risk benefit analysis and almost be like, what's the likelihood of this person, having a weapon, killing me if I step in? I just feel like the safest thing is to kind of call the police, man, and let them handle it because, you may mess around and butt in and then get yourself killed. And then what?
Yeah. Man, when I was homeless at 19, you remember how I was like staying out in Woodbridge with Marcus and then went up to Pennsylvania to stay and
Hmm.
staying all over the place. So I was staying at my cousin's house and I was sleeping on his floor. They only had one car, him and his girlfriend. So he would have to go to work early in the morning. His girlfriend worked later in the day. So he asked me, yo, would you mind taking my girlfriend to work when she has to go, which was like 10:30, 11. She worked at a restaurant. So I'm like, man, that's cool. It's the least I can do. You let me stay here with you. So I remember one morning we get up, we go out to the car, and she comes running back and she's like, Danny. And I think I've said that before. I hate the name Danny, but family calls me Danny. So I guess, inherently her being my cousin's girlfriend. Danny, there's this guy beating the shit out of a woman outside in the parking lot. Come on out here and see. So I walk outside and he sure enough was beating the hell out of her. He was like slapping her ass. And the way we grew up, P, this is my first thought is I wonder what she did. And, it is funny because Dave Chappelle on his recent new comedy
I
thing,
saw
he's like,
that.
man, I'm a victim blamer.
Remember,
we
remember Martin did that. Martin said, what happened if Mike Tyson punched a girl in the face? And he said he asked her, what you do? So that was an old Martin joke too.
yeah. So I'm like, damn, I wonder the fuck she did. I was like, all right, hey, you ready to get in the car and go? Now I'm like 18, 19 at the time. But she was like, you're not gonna do nothing? Fuck I'm gonna do. If he beating the shit out of her, what you think he gonna do to me? Like, man. So I was like, you wanna go in and call the police? No. All right, well, let's go. So we went and, came back and neighbors still there. I mean, they were still, nothing really happened. And I'm assuming if he was putting his hands on her at that point, that's not the first time, especially out in public like that, like outside of the house. So it's not the first time. Now I kind of feel bad now, but looking back, it's like you and I both, P, know a person, someone that he was a woman beater, and we actually beat his ass before, but he was a woman beater. He was outside beating his woman, right? And it's like, why does this shit always happen outside? But it's outside at Hagel Circle.
Yeah,
And
I know exactly who you're talking about right now.
yeah, somebody rolled up and just tried to break it up. He wasn't trying to attack dude, and he wasn't trying, he was just like, look, man, come on, man, stop this shit, man. Stop. That's a woman. Stop hitting on her. Dude that me and P knew, and when I say knew, we weren't friends with him at all.
Yeah, we
But
ain't like that motherfucker. We ain't like his bitch ass one bit.
nah, we that's why we beat his ass. But he pulled out a knife, and the guy who was just like trying to break it up, like, hey man, stop this. He cuts his neck. Like he sliced his neck, killed the dude. And he was doing 25 to life. And then like recently in the newspaper in the Washington Post, maybe a few years ago, you see something about that where he tried to contact the judge, or he wrote a letter to the judge that got published.
It was something like that. We're in this age now where we think everybody deserves a second chance. I'm like, fuck that shit, man. Let me tell you, I live in Charlotte, and in North Carolina, I don't know what the hell you gotta do to get locked up. I mean, I've seen multiple people. There was a story in the news down here that there are right now, I think, 22 people in the city of Charlotte that are being charged with murder, manslaughter, or or second degree murder, I think, that they're free on bond, and they just have an ankle bracelet that doesn't update in real time. And it's
Nah.
like, in Virginia, you ain't getting no goddamn bond if you convicted or if you're charged with murder. So it's, people go to jail for murder here for 7, 8, 9 years, and they're back free. You do not see that back home. I'm
Yep.
sorry, you just don't.
Man.
And also another
It's
thing
real
about Virginia, there's no such thing as parole. So if you get 35 years in Virginia, you are doing 35 years.
Yeah, I think Pennsylvania does that too. Commonwealth state, man.
Yeah,
But
Virginia got rid of parole probably 15 years ago, I think.
man, that's wild, man. But anyway, so I say all that to say, that's going back to the whole controlling thing and the whole Uber people riding around with my food. Like again, all this stems from another nigga handing me my food. But it's like, yo,
Nigga go to Burger King, and then instead of going through the drive-through, he go into the inside of Burger King, and then throw his own food inside his own car, go back out, then drive off.
damn, man. These days, at my age now, and I like to say probably the past few years, if I go outside and I see somebody, a man attacking a woman, my first instinct is to do like the one guy we just talked about that who got killed for doing it is,
Yeah.
hey, yo, that's a woman, man. So like I said, in the scenario, I threw one of P's kids in here. I said, what if you're with your kid? Because your actions change depending on who you're with. Because P would have to worry about keeping his child safe first and foremost before keeping this woman safe that's getting beat on. And you never know with people these days.
Yeah.
So if I'm with, say, Becky or my mother, those are usually the only two people I'm with. Yo, all right, I'm gonna need y'all to either go get in the car or go back in the house or something. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna approach the situation with enough distance, without actually getting close enough. Like, hey, yo, my man, that you can't be doing that. You can't be beating on no woman, man. And we'll see where that goes. And judging by whatever the response is, it's like, yo, look, bro, I called the police, man. Even if I hadn't called the police, look, bro, I called the police, man. That's enough to scare any rational person to say, okay, I think I probably need to stop beating this woman right now.
But see, you got to think about it like this, though. One, somebody beating a woman outside, especially, is already irrational. Two,
right?
They're probably under the influence of something, and that makes them more irrational. So I'm gonna tell you, like, my thing would be this. All right, I would only approach one if my kids weren't with me, and two, if I still had one of my pistols, just in the event that this man gets violent with me. But other than that, I might go, and I know people always say stuff like, "Oh, why are you videotaping instead of helping?" And people only know that part of the story. Sometimes people videotape stuff with cops on the way so they can have evidence. So if you call the cops and you videotape it, that way the cops come, you could show them what this person looked like, what happened exactly. You know what I mean? And if you tell the cops this man is beating up his woman, I think he might kill her, they're going to get there quickly. You just gotta be careful, man. Like, I know it seems noble and it seems great to say, hey, stop doing that. But at the same time, you got a life too. And all that noble shit, let people discuss that online and say, oh, he's a coward because he didn't risk his life when he got 6 kids to raise. You know what I mean? You got your life to live, man. And I'm sorry. Even in the fire department, they told us if one of your crew is trapped and you can't get to them, what's the point of 2 people dying? You
Yeah.
know, is no point. You help no one then.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that 100%. And I'm like, I do have pistols. I have a concealed weapons permit, and a lot of
Dan is
times I
like the
do.
Punisher. In case y'all don't know, Dan's last name is Castle. Dan Castle, like Frank Castle. He is the Punisher over there.
Man, I did a segment on Black Law. I think I sent you the video where I was doing show and tell with different guns and shit.
Yeah.
So it was like, man, even with a pistol, like this is what would happen is as soon as you blow dude's fucking brains out, the woman that was just getting beat is gonna, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Yeah,
He loves me.
Like, bitch, what? You know what? Y'all deserve each other, or y'all
Like,
deserve
you know
a
what?
bullet, one or the other.
Maybe I'll shoot you too.
Yeah. Man. So anyway, I'd like to hear what the listeners would do. I know there's one person in particular, two actually, that I would really like to hear from. One being AJ from
Man.
What We Gonna Do podcast. I would love to hear what he would do. And the second person being CJ, CEO Hayes. So
Let me tell you,
yo,
you're gonna
guys,
have
if
your
you're
few
listening,
people. You're gonna have your few people out there. Yeah, I'm not talking about the two you mentioned now. I'm not talking about them friends of the show. I'm talking about other people. You know, we got all of these keyboard warriors on social media that think they got, all the answers, or y'all some bitches. Y'all wouldn't help that woman. You gotta help your woman, the black queen. I'm like, look, fucker, I got 6 goddamn kids to worry about. And without me, what they gonna have? We got too many kids out here without fathers. And there are other ways to help other than approaching a dangerous situation. Even cops don't approach dangerous people right away unless they're well armed. Because, man, you don't know what people are going to do. And if he kills you, he's probably going to kill her, and he's probably going to kill himself. Then you got 3 people dead if they don't kill your kid as well.
Yeah. Man, that's the danger of the situation, which makes it so tricky. And I like to consider myself as well as you, P. We're highly trained as far as fighting goes. We can handle our own, and we can even handle our own against somebody who may be super irrational and a lot bigger than us. Just when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Because again, there's no telling what could happen. And I'll use this as an example: Danny Williams versus Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson should have beat the fuck out of Danny Williams, right? Mike Tyson tore his knee in the fight. You can't fight with a torn knee. So it's like you go approach the situation knowing that, yeah, if this nigga gets, if he gets violent with me, I'm good. I can handle myself. You take a half step back to throw a punch or something, and next thing you know, you tear your fucking ACL. Now what?
Now what?
So
you think that dude gonna say, "Oh shit, let me stop. Let me not give you the fair one because you tore your leg." All right, it's all good, brother. I understand.
I'm gonna just go back to beating on my woman now, if you will excuse me. Man. So again, anyway, I would love to hear what some of you all would do. I mean, general consensus: call the police, of course. And in our younger days, cell phones weren't as prevalent as far as me and P. But today you can call the police, man. And then, like P said, take video. But I like to hear if you've been in that situation. What have you done? Like I've been in one other situation or altercation where one of who I thought was my friends and my boys, he is a woman beater.
Well, that's
always
different.
Yeah,
if it's one of your boys, that's different. You got to put a stop to that if it's one of your boys. Like, homie, you tripping, man.
100%. And that's what happens. You check your boys, you check your partners, you check your cousins, your family. You can check them because there's a rapport there. And regardless, like we told the story before, but again, there was one point where I actually thought P was going to either jack his girlfriend up or swing on his girl or do something. There's the whole situation. I'm reading into it as this nigga done lost his fucking mind and he's about to beat her ass. So what I did was I interjected myself. I jumped in front of P and said, I put my hands out, I grabbed him by the shoulder and said, "Hey man, chill out, man." And then that's when P swung that left hook at me.
He still swear I swung that left hook. Man, I shrugged free from Dan's grip. I was like, nah, man, let go of me, man. I ain't gonna do nothing. But he swear I swung at him. I'm like, look, I did not swing at Dan. I just kind of like shrugged my shoulder off of him because he had me pretty good. And he's like, man, don't swing at me, man. I said, man, I ain't swing at you, man. Come on.
Man, see, and it's funny because even P's girlfriend, who was on the other side of the parking lot, was like, yeah, he swung on you. It's like, damn, man. So anyway, that's how you do. Like if it's somebody, even if there's, and like I said, I don't know what's going on in P's head. I just know that he was in a situation where he had, if it's safe to say, P, caught your girlfriend in a big lie. And
I don't like being
angry.
lied to. I hate being lied to, man. Especially over stupid shit.
Yeah, man. And well, technically she was telling the truth.
A half lie is a whole truth.
Yeah, man. But anyway,
no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said that way wrong. A half truth is a whole lie.
A half lie. Damn, man, I'm saying half lie is a whole truth.
I fucked that off. Trying to sound smart and all intellectual. I fucked that shit off. That's like George Bush. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Don't fool me again. I fucked that all up.